did?
No, we haven't yet, but he wants to get it on the agenda.
Oh, on the agenda,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You just stay stationary.
Okay,
Don't worry.
let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. It's Wednesday, September 27th, 2017. Please stand for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I was hoping Brian was going to be here today. We could sing happy birthday to him, but
Well, I might know the boss, and might be able to get him up here.
minutes and reports received and filed.
None.
Okay. Announcements, Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, announcements of other upcoming meetings and events.
Seaside Business Association barbecue tonight, 4:30 to 6:30 at, is that Memorial Park, over there by Lincoln?
Oh, that's McClung.
Is that close? Okay, the park by Lincoln. Lincoln Park, we'll rename it. Don't call me Thursday, we got HBA golf tournament.
I'll be out there. I won't have to call you. I'm playing with you. Not with you, but
Yeah, we can't be on the team, we would have to post it.
yeah, that's right.
Do we need to post that
I want
tournament?
selfies.
No.
I want selfies.
We're
Yeah.
both gonna be there, they probably better post
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday morning, we got the MSP strategy meeting, so. That's about all.
I had a meeting with the Shaper Cutters on a development this morning, and then got an MMRPC executive meeting at 4 and a safety meeting tomorrow at 9. Is that correct?
Yes.
Safety meeting tomorrow at 9. Yep,
Yes.
I think that's it.
Okay.
And I got a meeting with Ron Fitzwater on Friday.
Yeah, I got, Mid-Mo Regional Planning, Transportation Advisory Committee this afternoon, but I think I'm gonna make that. Friday, I think we got the leadership breakfast.
We have some, don't we?
We should.
have some,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then we got Elias Homecoming. Saturday is the Munichburg Oktoberfest, and then Angie Palooza in the evening. Carrie's gonna tap the first keg, and you know, really, they should have had a German, they should have had you do that, Jeff. But,
Stand on my head and tap it.
and then next Tuesday night is Mike Bernstetter's pork steak barbecue dinner out at Wardsville Lions, and I'll tell you what, they do one heck of a good job. It's pretty good, but I got tickets if anybody wants any of those. Commission comments? Okay. Resolutions and proclamations. Diaper Need Awareness Week. This came down from Christie.
Jeff's
here to accept it.
Okay.
Jeff's gonna read it, right?
That's presiding commissioner's job.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to come on forward and we'll. Whereas diaper need, the condition of not having a sufficient supply of clean diapers to ensure that infants and toddlers are clean, healthy, and dry can adversely affect the health and welfare of infants, toddlers, and their families. And whereas national surveys report that 1 in 3 mothers experience diaper need at some time while their children are less than 3 years of age, and 48% of families delay changing a diaper to extend their supply. Whereas the average infant or toddler requires an average of at least 50 diaper changes per week over 3 years. Whereas there are no government assistance programs for the purpose or provision of diapers, and a monthly supply of diapers can cost as much as 6% of a full minimum wage worker's salary. Therefore, obtaining a sufficient supply of diapers can cause economic hardship to families. And whereas the people of Cole County recognize that addressing diaper need can lead to economic opportunity for the state's low-income families and can lead to improved health for our families and their communities. Whereas Cole County is proud to be the home of the Capital City Diaper Bank and other community organizations that recognize the importance of diapers in helping provide economic stability for families and distribute diapers to poor families through various channels. Now therefore we do proclaim the week of September 25th through October 1st, 2017, this Diaper Need Awareness Week in Cole County.
Thank you.
Come on.
Wait for the comments, Larry.
20 years ago.
I'll try to. I'm not being very successful.
Do they do that more often now or what? I don't remember it being 50 times a week.
That's because you didn't do it.
What, you saying you changed your own diaper, Larry?
No, I'm saying you can change yours
about that
all.
Okay.
As much beer as your drink,
Hey.
probably don't need more than that.
I think he's Pampers.
I stopped
Yeah,
before
but-
I need the diaper.
I think he's Pampers Tower. Okay, let's keep. Bids and contracts, bid award 2017-34, unarmed security guard services.
We
With
are revisiting this, sorry.
Yes.
We're from the other day. Again, the three lowest bids were Guardsman, Nighthawk, and Securitas. Donnie and Jeff did some pretty thorough reference checks, and as you know, work closely with them, so I'll kind of let them speak as to what their opinion is.
We called most of them there to get some background on them, and we ended up with just Securitas and with Guardsman. And we've kind of chose Guardsman out of the, as what we'd like to have, even though it's about $11,000 to $12,000 higher over a 3-year period. We had Guardsman when we first started this contract back in, I can't remember what years it were, before we had Securitas for 3 years. We had very few complaints with them. We had good guys when they sent them to us. And that I have no problem with the guys we have now. I'd probably say Guardsman would probably keep the same guys we have. But the higher echelon in the Securitas is the ones I've had problems with over the last 4 years, and I think
6 years.
yeah, I've been dealing with her, that trying to get a hold of them and get anything done with Securitas. They moved their office from here to Columbia. They had very little contact with us in the last 2 to 3 years. In the last 8 weeks, they fired everybody in the Columbia office and rehired. And so I don't know, it could change from that now. But over the last 4 or 5 years, I've had a lot of problems trying to get decent people down here to help fill in. And when you had to call them to get some help or get some direction, they were hard to get a hold of. But the officers I have down here now, I think Jeff will tell you too, we have no problems with them. It was just the main office up in Columbia.
I would concur with what Donnie said. You know, the Securitas, they're a global corporation. I just don't think they really care about their individual accounts as much. And Guardsman is located here in Central Missouri. They're based in Sedalia. They've got other accounts here locally in Jeff City area, to where if we have a need for an extra person on a sudden basis, someone gets sick or something, they can still supply what we need immediately. There's going to be a lot more supervision, I feel, from Guardsmen than what we've gotten from Securitas. Securitas has just not been very user-friendly, you could say, to us. They're above the level of what we have in our building has been non-existent to us. And when we've needed something from them, there's been no one there to talk to.
The same managerial people are with Guardsman today as when we first got our contract with them when we first started this program. And that's been 8, 9, 10 years ago. So
And we had just switched from Guardsman to Securitas because of the cost at the time?
that's what it was last time.
Okay.
Securitas had a lot lower bids than what
Yeah.
Guardsman did.
Well, it seems like sometimes when we get the cheapest, it's not necessarily the best, so.
So this is $11,000 over 3 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
Last year it was pretty close to each other. The first 2 years were the differences. I think it's 7 the first year and about 4 the second year, and it's like $1,000 the third year. So
Haven't you had people show up for duty that have warrants done?
yes, we have arrested people that Securitas has brought to us too that came in. it's spare people, so.
We never know what we're getting on a daily basis. We never know really who's going to show up constantly. We've got 1 or 2 people that are here every day, but then their third person could be anybody. We've had people come in that have had warrants that we've had to.
The transport costs on that is pretty cheap though, so.
I've got to say, the ones that we've had pick up, they did go pretty quick. We got one downstairs for you. They were here quickly, so.
You guys good with guardsmen?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I've discussed this with Donnie, and they've had some issues with Securitas, and so I think the best bid is with guardsmen at the time. Maybe not the lowest, but you get what you pay for a lot of times.
Jennifer, you got a contract?
And it's for 1 year, right?
It's 1 year with a 2-year renewals.
I think our people and the parking people are probably the 2 most hated group in Jeff City.
But when you look at the amount of people that these guys see on a yearly basis, it's
Look at this, Jill.
pretty minimal compared to what they say.
Jennifer sent it to me.
Okay. I move that we award and sign the contract for unarmed security guard services with Guardsman Security and Investigation Incorporated.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
all send them.
Here, hold on.
Thank you, man.
Okay. Signing of agreement with Computer Information Concepts, Peopleware Software, and Recorder of Deeds Office.
This was, Ralph brought this contract up to me, and I did send it to Jill for review, and Brian for budget purposes, because the maintenance cost has been coming out of Brian's budget in 128 for mostly all of the computer maintenance. There was a slight, not a slight, but there was a 25% increase, and I assume and I take it that they added some additional software to their programs, to what that cost was for. So I think the big thing is we just got to communicate that to maintenance and to you guys if we continue to pay that maintenance cost. So here's 2 copies of the contract. So Ralph, I don't know if you want to talk about it or anything.
We added online earlier this year. We used the recorders. Earlier this year, we used the recorders funds to, was it $10,000, Judy? Mm-hmm. About $10,000 worth of new software for online search. So as of March, I think the public has access to online records at the remote locations. And that maintenance, and that has become, and that's part of the maintenance cost now. Judy, can you think of anything else?
In addition to that, we also did a marriage license application. The programmer took a lot more time with me than expected. So last year, they came back and gave us a $1,200 discount, which they weren't counting on and we weren't counting on. So really, between last year and this year, we're only $60 difference in the costs.
I don't know, because that's the difference on that email there, that we actually pay maintenance-wise. Now, for the software may be different.
No, the maintenance, they gave us a discount last year.
Oh, they gave the discount.
They gave us a discount because of the time it consumed from us, which wasn't expected, so that's why it's more this year.
Brian have this included in his budget for next year?
We adjusted it to account for the increase.
It's going from 13,280 to 16,800, about $3,600.
I think maintenance is a good field to get into.
That and being an expert witness.
Yeah.
I want to be an expert witness.
I think we ought to just throw the computer away and do it by hand. It'd save us a lot of maintenance.
Not gonna save much on time, tells them the problem.
Not sure it's saving much on time anymore. So, handwrite tickets probably quicker than that, huh? Mr. Bushman? That's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
His accounting's perfect, isn't it?
No,
No.
Linda worked for Department of Revenue for 30-some years. I'll tell you what, when I'm off a penny, boy, do I get hell.
Do we need to, what do we need to do with this, Debbie?
If you could just sign that maintenance agreement, approve
Okay.
it, so Jill has reviewed it.
I move that we sign the maintenance agreement with Computer Information Concepts / Peopleware.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Signing of maternal child health services contract with MODHSS.
This is our annual contract agreement with Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services with maternal child health services. It covers, a portion of some of the nurses' salaries and some of the activities they do that are related to unintentional injuries, obesity, and preventing smoking and exposure to secondhand smoke for children.
Okay.
Jill has reviewed it.
Everybody good?
Yep.
Move that we sign the contract with DHSS for maternal child health services.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We're going to table till next Tuesday the signing of the U.S. Bank paying agent agreement.
I do want to add one thing to that before
Yes.
you do table that. I did get an email from the U.S. Bank before, and she said that this had to be executed prior to closing. And next Tuesday is the closing. So unless you guys want to have another meeting before then, maybe we could approve it based on the changes from Tony. I don't know how you want to handle that. That's a, if you think that's legal enough, but she's working on, she sent her changes back this late last night to U.S. Bank, but then they haven't had a chance to give me a clean copy of it. And I'm thinking once Tony's okay with it, then there shouldn't be any problem. So I'd kind of like to, unless you want to wait and set another meeting some other time this week, or.
So are they negotiating the terms, or?
Yeah, it's just a paying agent agreement that she said it's kind of new, but it's required by the auditors of the bank that they have these now when doing bonds. So we have never done them before, but since it had to do with that, that's why I sent that agreement to Tony to review, since she was a big part of this. She said that all the bigger banks have to do this now. And that's what I got from U.S. Bank. So I think, some of the changes she wanted to make, I am sure they will make those changes, so.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, we could make a motion,
Pending Tony's final
yeah,
review or something.
yeah, pending, yeah. And we can bring it
So how
back
would
on
you word that?
next Tuesday, but that's,
Well, that's probably close. When are you gonna sign it?
Whenever she gets it ready, whenever she finalizes it, which will probably be today. But
You gonna run it over to the store?
I can. I'm not sure where you guys, in that email, the changes that she made, so you can kind of see what she had going on there. Or if you're around Thursday, Friday this week or something. Or Monday, I guess.
So I'll try to word something here. I move that we sign the paying agent agreement pending approval from council.
okay.
Whose council, ours or theirs?
Well, Tony
No.
Stegman would be our counsel.
Okay. Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that this morning, and I'm like, boy, that's what you call.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any unfinished business? New business, accounts payable review.
I'd ask for approval of accounts payable pending review.
So moved.
Jeff, you have one.
Oh, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay. 2017-SS07 sole source approval for CNC Group UNC controller replacement.
Okay, well, I'll talk about it since everyone's looking at me, I guess. We got a proposal from CNC Group for $12,265 to upgrade the existing Schneider Electric DDC control system to replace the existing UNC controller. They said that we needed to do this to maintain remote access capability and that Chrome no longer provided Java support and Firefox would only provide it through 2017. And they do not have a documented time frame for Internet Explorer, but they've announced they'll be dropping it in the near future. I don't know if the intent was to make this purchase now, but it's something that's going to need to be done in the near future. And if something would happen where it won't last until 2018, we just wanted to have the ability to make that purchase. Any further questions, Greg would be happy to answer.
Can you put that in like average people's terms?
Yeah.
I was reading off the email. I don't even know what
Where's this at?
This is over at the law enforcement.
Good job,
center.
Okay.
It actually controls all the heating and cooling and ventilation for the building.
Okay.
If the unit quits working, which we've had it in the past, we've had to replace the whole software in it. We are starting to see glitches with it. I talked to John and Aaron. I thought we were putting in for next year's budget. John, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're hoping it makes it till next year for the budget. But being a sole source provider, when they put it in, our hands are kind of tied where we have to go.
You know, for being our newest building. It's
Low bid.
Woo!
I second that.
So do we need to approve them as sole source now?
We've already, I thought we had approved them once before, but do we have to do that?
No, that was just for the maintenance or whatever. This is for the replacement of the control switch or whatever.
It's good for a year.
Yeah.
The warranty's a year, huh?
Well, and the sole source.
Oh, the
is
sole
good for a
source
year.
is. Yeah.
How long would it take him to do it, Greg?
Last time I talked to Brian, he said they're looking at probably 3 to 4 weeks to get the software off the code. Probably another 2 weeks to go through everything and do it. So we're looking already at January before at the earliest.
Mr. Gimp?
No. No. That's what happens. You have to get a tattoo removed. Anyway, that's not just kidding, by the way. I broke my foot. People out there, I broke my foot. But anyway, I don't know if it wouldn't be worth it to go ahead and move forward now, and then we can adjust our budget accordingly. If it is no longer being serviced and it goes down, then we have a whole lot more problems. Because if it's going to be 4 weeks plus another 2 weeks, 6 weeks without being able to control, not only is their efficiency going to go up, but then I have to worry about my prisoners that I have back in the back, as well as my staff. So I would not be opposed at all by using contingency funds and going ahead and push forward with this project, and then we can readjust our 2018 budget.
So this is just the controls? And so if-
Controls and software.
If the controls go down, you can obviously use it manually or not?
No.
No?
It's all computer controlled.
Low bid.
Why do they do that? That's stupid.
Everything is going to that. Everything is going to digital controls.
Don't you have a thermostat you can put on it?
No.
Works great.
Yeah, I agree.
The system that we have is not set up for thermostats.
Could be.
But it could be, but you're talking a lot more money than we're talking here, because you'd have to go in and
Really?
revamp everything.
$30. Allow one.
Yeah, it'd be a little more than that, because those are, you got 9 roof types that controls the whole building. You got dampers and everything else. So BAV boxes.
Rewiring.
Rewiring.
I think we better move ahead, because if that would go down, we're, keep our fingers crossed and
Yeah.
light candles.
Yep.
That could be the thing with everything that we got. I mean,
Well,
if you don't have some way to manually turn stuff on and run it, I mean, what happens if lightning strikes? I mean, everything in the whole county goes down. I mean, there's a way. I don't know how it's done, but you go turn the thing on and you cut all the wires. I don't care how you do it, but you turn it to run. Maybe you have to manually do it, but, I mean, so we could shoot the whole county's whole system in one lightning strike.
Yeah, well, and I'm not opposed to what you're saying, but we'd have to come up with procedures. If the system, the automated system goes down, then one of his guys would have to come in and start jockeying with the switches so that we can try to maintain a temperature.
I'm just saying, we got controls on every system in every building, right?
You got, this building's just regular, the old-fashioned way. Courthouse is the old-fashioned way. Carnegie's the old-fashioned way. Prager is upgraded now, so it's got a controller on it. It's not as fancy as what we've got over at the jail, but it does have a controller on it.
The difference is the efficiency. It's more efficient to have it automated, but I'm not opposed to anything, Chris. If you want to put a new system, complete new system in it, I'm okay with that. I'm just bringing up the fact that if we lose our heating and air conditioning, then I got to think about trying to move 145 prisoners.
Yeah. Is there a system out there, Greg, that would have like an override where you could manually?
I have not been in looking at the automation side yet for new systems that are out there. Some of the old systems like Train had some that you could control stuff from thermostats, even with the automation. This building is not set up like that at all. All the sensors are up in ductworks above the ceiling. It'd be a lot of rewiring. And I agree, when lightning strike takes something out, yeah, it's a lot of money. But hopefully not with all the lightning protection we have over there. We should be in good shape.
Well, it's not the money, it's the time. I mean, if you're saying it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get parts, 3 to 4 weeks, they're gonna be down.
I think with the new system, they're actually, it's their new program, so I will have to ask Brian if we could keep a spare copy of the program. That way, and they may keep a spare copy of the program when they come in and do it. So it might not take as long if it goes down. Because we had it go down and it would back up within a day. So.
I agree that things are more efficient, but, people think things are more efficient, that they should last longer and everything else. Well, they last fewer amount of time. They're, all this electronic stuff, I'm not sure it is more efficient.
I'm not opposed to anything you're saying.
Yeah.
So, if you want to have Greg look into a different type system to install in the law enforcement center, I'm okay with that.
It's just, we got air conditioning units at, we're having problems with that are what, 10 years old?
Yeah.
So you have the best controls in the world if the
Oh, I know.
units don't work right, so. What do you guys want to do?
I think we
Move
need to
forward.
do, I mean, we need to act now, just in case, you know, if it takes that long to get it in, let's,
We could approve the sole source today and then make a decision on the replacement, or we can go ahead and move forward with all of it.
We could, if you approve the sole source today, I agree, and then Greg can research and find out what other systems are out there that
Yeah.
might be more comparable. And then maybe an installation cost, because I would not have a clue about that stuff. We'd have to rely on Greg.
What do you want to do? Jeff?
I'm fine with doing a sole source today, that way it's out of the way if something does happen.
yeah.
I move that we approve sole source with CNC Group.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Approval and signing of change order number
Thank
3
you.
for Waveco.
Can I just bring up one other thing then?
Oh,
You approved that, and I appreciate that, but we're all on the same understanding. We are not going to push forward with this, correct, until we contact you guys in case something happens. Meanwhile, he's going to be researching that. Is that what the plan is?
Yeah, we haven't approved the purchase of it yet. but,
Okay,
anyway.
outstanding.
I mean, obviously, if it needs to be done or something happens, we'll be ready to go.
I just can't believe there's not some kind of override or something on there, but I'm not gonna beat a dead horse, let's just, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay, Debbie?
Okay, the change order, the total is for $1,744.38. It's two parts. One part was the reconstruction of the corridor wall in the collector's window area, and then he's going to pay for that. And then the treasurer's office of moving furniture, that wasn't included in the painting to begin with. So I'd ask for approval of change order number 3.
did that include the wet bar in your office?
See that?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
That was for the treasurer's office, was for moving furniture, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what you emailed us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good?
Yep.
I move we approve change order number 3 with Waveco Construction.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Acceptance of merchant's application.
Okay, on the recorder, in order to accept credit cards, debit cards, there was a merchant's application with Central Bank. I did send this to Jill, and Jill reviewed it, and Jennifer agreed with the credit card transaction cost based on how we did it. So they were charging us the right. Jill had mentioned that there wasn't a card branding rules, that it referred to that in here. I just received it this morning. It's about 303 pages long. It's just their standard of their card. So I would,
So Ralph's read it and Kristen's read it and Jill's read it.
10 minutes since I got that email, I read all.
You read it all?
300.
Did you read all that, Ralph?
so
Page 2.
page 2. It is a standard, their rules for credit cards. I'm not sure there's any way we're going to.
There are rules
Make
to
any
protect them
exceptions?
because they've run into issues before, so they put it in there to cover their backsides.
So it's totally up to you guys whether you want to go ahead now or wait till somebody has read that.
I don't think they're gonna change anything on it anyway.
It's not gonna make a difference anyway, so
They're not
I'm
gonna
sure it's a
change
no
it.
negotiation.
Yeah, it's gonna be their way or no way.
I think the main thing is the recorder's office reads it so they know what the rules are. If they, the ones who have to abide by it.
I'll be in Saturday.
If you come back and give us a synopsis next week.
Do they have it on tape or something we can listen to?
I'll print it, to be quite honest, when I see it.
That used a lot of ink.
This is, the the county's new banking contract that the Central Bank won that bid process this year. I don't think it took effect July 1st.
Yes.
So all the numbers are a result of that negotiating for the bid contract with Central Bank.
So if you're ready to approve the emergency application, then we can just move forward on getting that here.
Is this done through the computer, or, I mean, is it a separate machine? Is this,
Actual machines, but the,
I mean, so we're still in 1980.
No, these are like a chip reader, so you.
I realize that, but
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you're doing stuff on your computer, you swipe it here, everything's,
We're going to get the machines, and so we will have the option of going through the machine or going through the computer. And in fact, I think the reader might preload the computer with all the data rather than having to enter it manually.
so there's the option to go on the computer and apply the payment, but it's not tied to his software as like run the card and it
Right.
processes the payment.
okay. So they just go on the computer, put credit card or whatever, and somehow it ties or it saves the transaction to,
Right.
or something.
So in their receiving, they'll.
Then you get a
put
daily
paid by
report,
that payment time.
Overnight it doesn't.
So we'll be able to tie the two together somehow.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're very good if you have problems with these machines. They're pretty quick on responding. So,
I move that we approve and sign the merchant's application with Central Bank.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Signing of lien notices for NID.
Okay, I did get an email back from Tony last night. That guy actually did approve this in an order. So basically, I don't know if you want to make a motion, you could, or you don't have to. But these are the liens that you'll have to sign on each property owner, putting the lien on that didn't prepay. And so, and the amount that's going to go on there is $470, what was it?
477.
Yeah, sorry.
We all got to sign those, or just one of us?
Standard.
Good.
Yeah, what was the one where I had to give him my social security number, which really made me feel,
It's only 76 of them.
Yeah.
really makes you feel important.
I move that Sam signs the lien notices.
All in favor?
Aye.
No, yes, aye. Yeah.
Marty's got you a nice little paper with each one, so.
Okay, jeez.
There you
Okay,
go.
I'll do those. Okay. Gosh, we got no closed sessions or anything today? Any other issues to come before us? This is good.
Cool. We don't have closed session today?
No,
It's 2 weeks in a row.
we're trying to be nice to you.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Are we doing the March Western District Commissioners meeting then?
Yeah, I haven't heard back from, but that's what, yes.
All right.
I will get with them again just to,
Okay, I took care of it last time, it's yours. If you need some help, just let me know.
okay, I will, okay.
I'll send you to Chris.
Can I ask a question?
No.
You already did.
No. Oh,
One a day.
I saw in the paper where Ameren won the appeal for 2013. Is
Yeah,
that-
me too.
Is that gonna, will the county appeal that further, or has that been discussed or decided, or?
Well, the attorneys that we're paying a whole lot of money to,
Larry got
apparently they didn't
opinions.
feel like we needed to know before the newspaper told us what was coming down, so what you know is about what we know on it.
The opinion just came down yesterday. I haven't talked with him.
I don't know, we send them some pretty damn big checks and we should be finding something out before the News Tribune is telling us about it. I'm still not happy about that at all. I don't care if it was just a briefing saying, well, we lost for now, we'll fill you in more later, but don't be surprised when you open up the paper in the morning and spit your coffee out. Had to change shirts this morning.
I would wait.
You have to change your diaper also.
Oh, I knew that first thing.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't want to be
there's,
chafed.
Whether you need it or not.
You know, don't want to be around me when I'm chafed. That question was not supposed to have this kind of response, I don't know how we got there.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
I don't know, I was very disappointed to see that this morning, and we got them attorneys, that high dollar attorneys, and they're not passing the information they should have told. Feel like they should have told our local attorney, who should have contacted Jill, that it somehow should have got to
It
us
should,
before
yeah.
this morning.
I agree.
I bet the assessor did a good job.
I'm not bringing that one into it. I'm just saying we should have been notified.
I do agree. I think.
And I will pray in some direction, because that wasn't what we thought was going to happen. So I was supposed to wait till that decision came out before I contacted the entities that we were talking about maybe going back and talking with over this appeal. So I'm gonna need.
Why don't we find out from Dick Reed what they're gonna do? I'll email John.
Yeah.
Because there are appeals from this. You can get rehearing at the Court of Appeals with all the judges instead of just 3, or you can get transferred, apply to transfer to the Supreme Court.
So it sounds like they thought I wanted to hear in Eastern and the Southern District.
What?
Not ours, but other counties are in other districts.
Yeah, Cape
besides
Girardeau's in
Western.
a whole different.
Yeah, that's.
What happens if the opinion is different in those courts versus?
Then we
Supreme
move.
Court will take it because they're settling, difference between the courts of appeals. So I don't know, I haven't talked to any of them. As I said, this just came down.
That's basically what my email meant this morning, was find out WTF is going on with it. There, I saved myself $1.
Jason Hoffman has contacted me several times, and he certainly would like to have a meeting with you all.
I think we're gonna need to have a meeting if we're gonna continue. I think we were kind of relying on this ruling to set the stage for the rest of it. So,
let's just be careful what we're saying in open session here, because we're still under.
It's not on the agenda either.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all business.
Right, but this is all legal matters too, and we're in litigation.
understand
with
that
them,
part,
Yeah, so, anyway, but, yeah, we got a lot of information we need to find out before we can make a decision, so.
I'll just wait and read it in the paper tomorrow, I guess.
How about we stand in recess till 4:30?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll be here still signing these papers.